Hello there, world of YouTube. This is me, SwimmsterGal, coming to you guys with my June Plan With Me video. The theme I chose for this month was Demon Slayer. If you guys are wondering why my upload is way later than it usually is, that is because my computer decided to delete all that I had edited and everything I had already voiced over. You know what? Live and learn, right? But yes, something I did a little bit differently from my other videos is I didn't start off with my thick boy. I believe I'm using the 0.3 size micron and the 0.1 size micron for these details and such, just because this particular cover I went for has a lot of little details, and I mean quite a bit, you know. Live and learn. You know, I'm still kind of a beginner, but this is the only picture that kind of caught my attention when it came to like cover art. It has the 4 main characters included. Y'all know my boy Tanjiro, his sister Nezuko, Zenitsu of course, and last but certainly not least, Inosuke is also a part of this cover art, I guess you can say. I did want one that included all 4 of the characters, just because although Tanjiro and Nezuko are like the main focus of the story, Zenitsu and Inosuke kind of do play a decent role. I would actually say a major role in the story and the way it kind of develops, not just in the anime but also in the manga. My apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, but let us move on. As you guys can see here, this is where I'm using like the 0.1 size, and that's just because there's a lot of details. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's a kimono. I'm not 100% sure what their attire is called, but it has like a lot of little designs, and that's something you guys are gonna see with like Zenitsu's. He has like a little triangle Dorito shaped things on his. Inosuke doesn't wear anything in particular. He kind of likes showing off his abs, which, you know, we don't really mind over here. He's the only one that has his blades drawn out in this particular drawing. Zenitsu, we all know he's our favorite little scaredy cat, so he's not even trying to get his blade. Tanjiro, of course, is going to try to go to the defense of his friends, and Inosuke just loves a good fight, so that is on that. For those of you guys wondering, I did go with Inosuke's boar head for the drawing. I didn't go with his pretty face, although y'all know he has a really cute face if you guys have seen the show. But yeah, I did some like lines, as you can see there. That's just kind of supposed to be like the boar hair or like some little bit more detail. That was drawn in with the 0.2 size if I'm not mistaken. The blades were done with the 0.1. For the June title, I just went with simple text. I didn't try anything too fancy. I just wanted to get her done because that was probably the longest cover art I've ever done. I think between getting the stencil, I guess you could call it, down, or the thing I would be tracing down, and actually tracing it in, it was anywhere from 1 hour to 2 hours. Very time consuming, a little bit more than what I've been trying to do lately, but you know, I had the time, so I was like, let's get her done. Here I'm just doing the boxes I do every single month that I've been doing actually recently. It's like the 4 where it's like personal goals, content goals, social media, those ones right there that you see me drawing out. I went with the color blue just because, I don't know, when I think of Tanjiro I think of blue. You know, he mainly does the water style, so that's kind of like why I'm gravitating towards blue. Nezuko, which is why I went, I mean, obviously, come on, hot pink, it's pink, it has to be pink, right? It would either be like a pink or a purple, but I went with the hot pink just because I feel like it complemented the blue very nicely in this sense. Now if you guys are going to be using super tips, if you guys have anything down with like pencil, I recommend erasing it first, because if not, the super tip will drag, like I guess the graphite or the lead or whatever it is you're using. It'll drag the color in, and it kind of messes up the tone that you're originally going for, which is kind of what happened with me on the top where the days go, like, you know, the days of the week go. So I learned my lesson, and I made sure to erase for the rest of them. For where the dates were gonna go, I just did little small circles. For some reason, I didn't film me filming on the dates, because I was like, let me get these Hashi rock pasted onto here, you know. And then we just moved on to the next thing, which is where my habit tracker is going to be, my mood tracker, and my sleep tracker. Now this month was gonna be, I suppose, somewhat hectic, so I really didn't do too many spreads, just because sometimes I do have like, I do too much and then I don't keep up with it, and I have a lot of like blank pages. They're just like set up but nothing's been done with them. So I just went back to the basics, which is habit trackers, mood trackers, and sleep trackers. Again, I kept very minimal. I just pasted some pictures I found on the internet that I liked. In this case, I'm doing Nezuko and Zenitsu, because I don't know about you guys, but I really hope their endgame. I haven't really looked up any spoilers, so if you guys know if they're endgame or not, don't tell me, because I want to find out with the rest of the world that hasn't read the manga and then we're just watching like the anime. Here for where I did the mood and sleep tracker, I messed up. As you guys can see, I'm like counting them in. I'm like, why does it look like this? And that's because I went based off of the outline I did for the habit tracker. But I forgot that, hey, the habit tracker, you counted spaces for where you were going to write in the habits. Something I did to kind of, you know, change that was those little boxes where I'm going to input like the mood phases and the hours for the hours slept. For the days of the week, I did the bright orange for Zenitsu's side, and I did the hot pink for Nezuko's side. And again, like I said before, it's just like a picture I got off the interwebs that I liked, and I pasted into there. Here is another picture of the whole gang together, and this is just for the June memories. This is actually something I've been liking for the months, which is I just do like a monthly recap. I post like pictures of things I did with myself, with the family, and so forth and so on. It's something I kind of like. It's kind of like a little memory book. So I'm gonna keep doing that one. And honestly, that was all I did for this one, because I was just like, we gotta get in, we gotta get out. And you can see here, it's just kept very simple, very easy. Aside from the cover page, I think it only took me like less than an hour to set up the whole thing, and I actually was able to keep up with it during the month, so that's always good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more.